Yeah. So how about this next one from Kay? Dear Ben and Nathan, first of all, I've got to say I love the show and the demon. For background, I'm starting my third year undergrad next year, but wanted to get the LSAT done early in case I need to retake it and don't want to deal with studying for the test plus school. Okay. You guys have helped me reach what might be a 23-point increase in the span of a month and a half. Wow.
Okay.
My diagnostic was a 157, which is a very strong diagnostic, by the way.
Yeah.
And today I write a perfect test. I wrote a perfect test and scored 180. Okay. This honestly shocked me since I gave myself the whole summer to study and have only written 4 other tests since the diagnostic. One per week of studying, a 169, a 173, a 172, and a 175. I've been taking my practice tests on Khan so far. And when I run out of those free tests or when I start getting repeat questions, I'll use the demon ones since I only subscribed a few weeks ago.
What?
I don't, I mean, whether you use them in Khan or use them on the demon, they're not going to, you can take them as many times as you want in the demon.
You should be doing them all in the demon because then the drilling feature of the demon will learn your strengths and weaknesses. I mean, not that it matters for K because K's already, nailing 175s and 180s on her practice tests. So whatever. But nope, I'm always scratching my head why people do tests anywhere else. If you're a demon subscriber, you should be doing all of your shit inside the demon all the time.
Yeah, even if you're a basic subscriber, all the tests you have access to in the demon are the same ones that you have access to in Law Hub. So you're not missing out on anything anywhere. All 6 of these tests have had 2 LR sections. And I thought the 4th section usually varied between LR, A, reading comp, sorry, logical reasoning, games, and reading comp.
So Ben, that makes it sound like Khan never adapted to the flex. They just ignored the flex.
I actually would not be surprised by that at all. I mean, we just made that adaptation like maybe a month ago when we realized what was happening, but we were waiting for the June LSAT because it's wow, that's really interesting. Oh well, they didn't even make the adaptation to the flex. I see what
That's
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying. No,
Yeah,
we
we made
added
that.
back the 4th section.
Yeah, we went back. We
They
adapted to the flex, and then we went back to the 4th section being experimental, which was new. But wow, they've never even like got to the flex, is what you're saying. I wouldn't be surprised about that at all because they probably don't know how to score it because they couldn't like. So they're just
they
stuck.
couldn't do the math of 75%.
Yeah, they couldn't do the math. Or no, it's like no one's there is actually an LSAT expert. They're just
Well,
kind of like, okay.
no, and I mean, I really don't want to shit on Khan because it feels like they probably had their heart in the right place when they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like LSAC partnered with Khan to do this free product. They made some big splash. They patted themselves on the back, and then they just ignored it. Like they created this thing, and then they were just like, "Oh yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, we have free LSAT prep for
Yeah, you
everybody.
need
Yeah,
free prep. Go to
we did that.
Con.
We did that. Check the box, and like never bothered to make the explanations actually helpful or adapt the program to their own changing test.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, one thing is if K is good at logical reasoning, which K is clearly good at all the sections, but
yeah.
if logical reasoning is K's strength, then it'd be, K's score could drop a little bit.
Yep.
Taking the flex. Okay. Anyways, on top of this 5-point jump just feels like I got lucky. Hey, you can't get that lucky. I know you guys say about feeling like you lucked out on an easy test, but here's my question. Are these con prep tests, which I'm taking timed and everything, representative of how I'd actually do on the real test? They are real tests. So they're not con tests, they're actual tests, which is why you can just come over to the demon and take them with us. They are literally the exact same, except if you take them in the demon, you can take them as a 3-section test, which will now be weighted correctly and be more accurate. So actually, that's a problem. Sorry. So people should not take them in con because they're taking the old
No.
format.
Well, also, if you do them in the Demon, then you could immediately watch our videos and read our written explanations and use our ask button for any of the questions that you struggled with at all, which is the fucking point anyway, is to learn as much as you can from doing these practice tests. So yeah, Kay, you're a Demon subscriber. You should be doing all this stuff in the Demon. And the thing that made me laugh in Kay's email was just, it's very common among our top performing students to always have this like, oh, but I probably just got lucky though. Isn't it ironic, Ben? Like, the people who understand it the most are the ones who always think, oh no, I just probably got lucky. The flip side of that is that we have very low performing students who constantly talk about how, oh, I get it. Oh yeah, I got it. No, I understood that. No, I understood.
No, I understand the question.
No, I get that.
My problem is why, but B should not be correct.
Yeah, no, my problem is I'm like trying to read the argument to them in a way that they will understand what it actually says. And they're like, no, I get all that. I just want to talk about the difference between D and E, because both those answers are also correct. And what I don't understand is why the correct answer here is B, because D and E are definitely better. It's like, okay, all right. You get it. All right, well, if you get it, I mean, you don't, but you claim, I don't know. It's so funny. These, I don't know. Any advice for Kay?
Yeah. Well, it's a good mind. Sorry, just to wrap that up. It's a good mindset to have though, right? Because like, it just means you're constantly looking for ways to improve instead of assuming that you're the shit.
No, it's like the top student in every class is the one who's willing to raise their hand and go, hey, I don't understand XYZ, right? Their comments and questions start with, I don't understand this.
Mm-hmm.
And the lower performing students who are not improving as quickly are the ones who want to start every question with a comment of, oh, I understand this. It's just it's a mindset, right? It's a growth mindset, I guess, that these top performers all tend to have, where they're like willing to acknowledge that there are things that they don't get and they want to learn those things. Kay understands everything. I mean, that's the truth. Like, you're already scoring 175s and 180s, Kay. You got this.
You got it.
You win the LSAT, but you should be doing all your prep inside the Demon, and hopefully just, you're going to kill the August test and be done with it.
Yeah. And since you are taking the August test, you will want to do the 4-section test in the Demon, but keep in mind the 4-section test in the Demon now is different from the 4-section test that they're offering in con, because what we'll give you 3 sections from one test, and then we'll give you a 4th random experimental section from another test. And we're still going to base the score that you get, your 120 to 180 score, on the 3 sections, not on all 4, as it sounds like they're doing in con. So anyways,
con's just still, they're like in pre-COVID times. They're just like, oh yeah, no, the test's 4 sections. There's 2 sections of logical reasoning. That hasn't been the case since a year ago. I was shocked to see that apparently that's what they're still doing in con, but
I'm looking it up. I'm really curious. Anyways, Kay finishes. I wish there was a test offered in July. If this is where my scores are at, I'd prefer to get it out of the way. That's understandable, but August is not too far away. Anyways, thanks for everything and keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. Thank you, Kay, and good luck. You're going to do well.
I like that Kay is just doing 1 test per week. I think that's plenty. I don't know that Kay even needs to do that many. I think that Kay needs to do like, a little bit every day between now and the August test, and plan on retaking it in October and or November if you don't hit the home run that you're very capable of hitting. But you get your 175 plus, and you're done with just the August test. That's a clear win. All right, next one.
Yeah, really quick. I did go to Khan Academy. It looks like they're actually still doing 5-section tests in here. So interesting. Don't know what to make of that, but
I'm proud of what we have on the Demon. I'm glad we have gone out of our way to make our free resources as good as we possibly can.